Good afternoon there, viewers. Yeah, it's indeed good afternoon. Silent Service here, back with another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts episode, and I moved on a turn to get some more research stuff done and save a loading screen. And as you can more possibly see as well, I've had to do a bit of budget cutting. That's also put some of the ships on suspension, mostly of the Spaghetti class, because that's the class we could actually afford to put on hold for right now. Although one thing I am aware of that's going to need to be done is destroyers. We're going to need new destroyers, because I've realised that all my older type of destroyers are set to port defense right now, which means that they aren't doing anything. So their effectiveness is basically scrap. And my new destroyers, there's not many of them left. Like, of the mozzarellas, they took a massive beating, the class in general has. But not all things have gone horribly for us, as is seen by our victory points against Russia. Yeah, and there's just T-96 over here that is blockading for any Russian or American ships that attempt to use it. The Suez. There's T2, 6 and 8 that are over here in the Black Sea that are going to be moving to just off the Bosphorus, and unrestricted submarine warfare. Unrestricted. T119, I'm going to move you just in the Strait of Gibraltar, and you are to go to unrestricted submarine warfare. Where are you on destroyer hulls? Still having to use destroyer hull 2. But yeah, if I make a new design using destroyer hull 2, I can then ensure that I have a good use of a good bunch of destroyers for my use. Minimum beam, minimum draught for the larger hull size. And guns to be used here are going to be 3.1 inch weaponry. That's basically the standard gun in the Navy, 3.1 inch. And those who think otherwise to that, look back in my other videos, and then you would videos of such streams depending on when and where you're watching this. And then you'll see that it is the standard gun that is on basically every naval vessel we have. Even though this is Max HE boat, might as well have best available for everyone's favourite thing, that is piercing shells. Not everyone's favourite. I personally, wherever possible, use thingy ultimate hull speed 34.5. I personally use HE wherever possible, because AP, in all honesty, is only really good against battleships, whereas HE, you can somewhat effectively use it against everything. These are super long guns. The engine efficiency here is something to be left desired, but yeah, these bring in the back the use of 3.1s in the Navy, in our destroyers. There's already our battle cruisers use them for their secondaries, and battleships their tertiaries. It's as far back as I can have that gun. We're going to keep an all centerline torpedo layout. Hydro, advanced. These guys will have the full on setup there. Main belt an inch, 4.5 belt is set, main deck an inch, conning tower an inch, everything else at 0.2. There we go, that solves an offset issue. And could I fit on the barbette that gun that had to be removed? Yes, I can! Yes! Yes! Right. Also, move this slightly back. And although rolling wise it's horrible, we've got a... Well, maybe if I reduce the height slightly by reducing the height of that barbette. The stern barbette as well could actually be reduced in height. And it solves the offset and slightly improves our rolling. So yeah, Easy's turbo electrics, electrical steering. Yep. I've just seen that last bit and... ABBA. This is the ABBA class. And no, I'm not going to suddenly burst out into Waterloo, Mamma Mia. Money, money, money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. A Man After Midnight. Or the many other hits that the band have. Oh, I forgot to mention Lately Loving Me. That one was actually played at my prom, which... And then shortly afterwards, I wrecked my voice singing along to Summer of '69, Living on a Prayer, and Don't Stop Believing. But yeah, the new ABBA class destroyers, 6 of them go into the construction yards as of right now. And to facilitate the new 6 of the older destroyers go out of commission, which by technicalities means that the guns from those old destroyers get used in these newer destroyers, which with each destroyer there's a gun left over. So this last one here actually used all leftover guns from multiple ships. Oh, the prowlers are only 9 turns away. The destroyer turbine, with my planning, is going to be the only one of her class remaining, so I'm just going to move all those, give turbine a refit, well, a hopeful life extension refit, to be a test ship, really. Like turbine, really what a refit is going to consist of is giving her a bigger torpedo complement. Hopefully a bigger torpedo complement. Fit her out with turbo electrics. Need that back. That there. That back. And like I said, hopefully an extra torpedo. And also with that goes a better additions there. A newer addition there. ASW equipped. ASW equipped, but lose the mine laying capability. And now that means turbine is going to be a test bed for the new 20-inch torpedoes. Because the torpedoes are going to be equipped to and used in turbine before the other ships even get let the Abbas even get constructed fully, which the Abbas I'm really hopeful they're gonna actually last me the rest of the campaign. I-15 now for 2 months. So that mozzarellas are still being used. Sinos, yeah. Oh god, is that how? Seriously, how many separate types of ships I have? You know what? Delete those entirely as well. Turbine. Turbine is heading to a museum as a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists saved the ship after fully hearing about the story that the diplomats who secured us the horrible deals in the previous war we had, previous war we had with us against Britain, Germany and France, mysteriously disappeared after taking a voyage on. And although their deaths are officially classed as accidental, there's always conspiracy theories, and so they purchased the ship to keep that one alive for some reason. Role plays out of the way. Which means that the only turbine left in our navy is the light cruiser of the Barai type, the BT type. Wait a second. 1 second. Hold on a sec, viewers, I just need to do something. Scarlet, you home? Yeah, my sister must have gotten back while I was distracted up here. Britain, Austria-Hungary. New ships being built there. We're losing stuff in Northeast Asia, like massively losing stuff in Northeast Asia. Has the Petropavlovsk fleet made it? Yeah. I'm going to need to send more ships up there to emphasize the point that we are not to be trifled with. Reading Mediterraneo is nowhere near coming out of the Mediterranean. I'm going to refit the Drakes, and I'm going to call this Drake refit a refit for Pacific Service. And then we are going to transfer Drake, Colombo, and Napoli with a light cruiser, with a few light cruisers and escort, up to the Pacific. We're not going electrical, semi-auto loading, yes please. The updated stereoscopics, yes. Everything there's okay. The new anti-torpedo system, and the new Krupp armor. Turbo-electric driving them. Not a good idea for right now. Bring in an extra auxiliary engine. Works. We're a little bit aft heavy. I think maybe carrying on the bit of the unconventionalness that this navy has become known for. Like, yeah, maybe bring these centerline guns up to triples. And Russianify these. Oh god, I hate using the term Russianify. That's what I'd technically be doing with doing them like this. Side guns. We'll bring back in the side 12s, because it's the Drake layout. It's the Drake layout. We cannot sacrifice that on Drake. Hence standard. That's as far back as that one can go. And the Drakes, they are going to lose the 4-inch guns. 4-inch guns serve the Drakes well, but the Navy has a standard caliber that needs to be somewhat abided to these days, still. And so, yeah, the Drakes now get 3.1-inch equipped. $14-inch there, that's what's required. .5 on the tops, 9 on the barbettes will stay. 3.5-inch there, 2-inch there. Make them as short as they can go. I need to do some barbette shortening. How to do so though without saying an offset issue. As much barbette shortening as I can do. I need to lose a few hundred tons. It's negligible. Less than the crew number. Less than the range. But the Drakes live on even more so into the Super Dreadnought era. God, when am I just gonna finally decide that I need to let the designs go? Like, when am I finally gonna decide that I need to let the designs that have a place in my heart go? Like, I need to learn that, viewers. I always justify letting them go by saying that they always end up as museum ships or get converted to ocean liners in some cases. Like, some of the... I think it was... No, it wasn't the Musa Rivers from the French campaign, but... bunch of good heavy crews there in the French campaign. Yep, the Drakes are out for 5 months. Okay then, seeing as I cannot use a Drake in the Pacific for a short while, I know who to send up. Send up to the call of action. The Bastarda. And the Bastarda and the Africano. A ship we've never seen before, and a ship that is somewhat of a favourite of mine. Through what I recall of Africano's events and shenanigans. Okay, June moves into July. We are still sending our ships out to now fight for our dominance in the Pacific. Which is easier said than done when you only have 11 million. What currency is used in the game? US dollars? I'm going to say 11 million US dollars to do so. Germany and Austria-Hungary have gone to war. And yet somehow our relations with Britain haven't changed. Yep, moving to Petropavlovsk. July turns to August. America is in Iowa? Oh wait. They don't have the technology for what actual Iowa was, so... Phew. But still, they have an Iowa? No, knowing the AI, when it gets to the Iowa hull, they're going to make a Montana. But then also knowing the AI, they're going to screw up making a Montana so much that it ends up getting sunk by one shot because that one shot flash fires it wherever it hits. Okay. Seems that Austria-Hungary didn't learn from the last war. Oh, and we haven't lost any transports. Okay. We are somehow still not being hated by the British. The Spanish are not hating us. Submarine conflict, T7 and a destroyer. Yeah, just already give me the bad news. Yeah, lost a sub. Yeah, this one also gave me the bad news. Electro-hydro steering gear. Balanced boilers. My GDP is going up, it's good, but my monthly balance isn't. Oh, not again. Not again. If you look at the right of the screen, you'll see why not again. Look at the right of the screen, under the title Technology. Not again! Please, not again! I do not want to be technologically behind again. Thank you very much. What's the best way to increase budget? Remove some ships in the Navy? I hear the miners are looking for some new ships these days. I'm going to sell some of the mozzarellas to minor nations. Like, Morocco gets one, Portugal gets one, Greece gets one. Like, that is one thing I'm hoping to actually see gets implemented in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where you can sell ships to minor nations once they're added in. Russia's sending a battle cruiser down. What are they trying to do? Chase after... They're trying to chase pizza! The new pizza, and, the Bastardo, which is a new pizza. The 96 is going to head through the Suez to its new base. And Japan have only unlocked oil firing now? God. I'm guessing we've had to send a resupply fleet to New Pizza. How long is it till the prowers are out? The prowers and the Durans. Like, I think I should just refer that class of battle cruisers as the Prower Durans, because one of them's named after Tails' actual name, Miles Prower, and then the others are just named after Duran Duran members. So, yeah. Oh, you have a task force battle. More than likely against Austria-Hungary. Knowing the game. I'm thinking I might just after this campaign leave UAD until like the next beta stuff, with like these loading screens being a problem and everything. Okay, so we've got a new battleship here that is by no means ready for a proper fight. Going into a proper fight. Like, I know I named it King of the Mediterranean, Rue di Mediterraneo, but there is a slight problem with that title. The ship has been incomplete on its secondary battery for its entire career so far. If that gives you the clue as to what the problem with it is. AKA during the design phase, I ran out of weight. I ran out of weight because I was desperate for the 15-inch guns in a... I ran out of weight because I was desperate for ABQ1, Q2, XY 15-inch guns. But I was desperate for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. For 12 15-inch guns in 6 turrets. Like, yeah, you see here? Those are all the secondaries it's got. Because of, my design choice. And then there's the disappointing Aragon. We have Elburn and Corner, who are going to follow the Fleetwood Mac song and go your own way. Normal formation. The destroyers that are led by Mozzarella, which are all the Mozzarella type because they're the only ones we have in service. Head on there. The Mediterraneo. Right, and Sino Spyro, who is actually the king of the Med here. And the new pizza. And then you guys form up with Spyro being the lead of the formation. Team Mediterraneo. Redo Mediterraneo is... Why are you doing this? If I'm being honest, if I want to charge in the destroyers, I personally actually want to lose them more than keep them, because if I keep them, they're going to cost me money. Where if I lose them in the unfortunate action of war, then would mean I don't have to spend crazy amounts of money repairing them. And then people are going to say, oh, but you spend crazy amounts of money repairing outdated warships that can't really even do much. The mozzarellas don't hold a place in my heart. The pizza and the drakes, they do. So, shut up. Like, all the mozzarellas represent is just a placeholder destroyer that ended up being the first ship we built after a horrible... Well, actually, no, it was Sinos. Yeah, they weren't even the first ships we built after a massive defeat against the powers. The massive, important powers. No. That was the Sinos. They were closely followed by the mozzarellas, but... yeah, the Sinos were first. Ahoy there! Outdated! Pre-dreadnoughts! Ahoy! Oh. Spyro. Don't ever change. Oh no, mozzarella's going to take a couple hits. You know what? Everyone of your group, go aggressive with your torpedoes. Mediterranean. Shift Alt's main guns, right? Yeah, Shift Alt's main guns. Yep, Spyro here. Start just pummeling everyone with... Okay. Everyone with torpedoes left, your torpedoes head off in that direction. Nope, we found a more important target for our torpedoes. The coral here has been a thorn in the Navy's side and didn't even get offered as a ship to take out on peace deals. So, yeah. Battleship Richards here is not going to have the best of endings. She is going to it is going to end up being defeated by Battlecruiser Spire. For me, the destroyers are now going to be set to retreat and don't care about them anymore. If they sink, they sink. If they live, they live. It's getting penned by 3-inch shells. That's towards Spyro. That's a miss. Oh god. Yeah, I'm getting a bit too cocky with Spyro here. Right, I need to turn out here and Mediterrano. actually doing something worthwhile. Mediterrano. Target with your secondaries. Spyro has again been a beast here. Like, there's no doubt about that. I say aim there, fire your torpedoes at maximum availability. Maximum availability towards the Burglar and France Max. Also at the same time, bravely turn back. Okay. All ships retreat. All ships set a void on torpedo. Blasts. Supposed to be a void on for torpedoes. Spyro! You are to detach and make your own way out. We cannot lose the current King of the Mediterranean. Speaking of the King of the Mediterranean, good thing I'm retreating it. So, it turns out the King of the Mediterranean isn't actually the King of the Mediterranean, and that the King of the Mediterranean is actually Spyro. Spyro. Which, is having more problems with the damned Austro-Hungarian torpedoes. Ooh, one of them's run under the ship. That was actually... Although it might not look it, Spyro is gonna make it. Why aren't you guys getting out then if you're supposed to be retreating? Don't think someone was listening to orders all too well. Oh, Spyro, for you, retreating goes this way. Like, that's our retreat path. We shall follow said retreat path. I'm just wondering, is this yet again Austro-Hungary only has a outdated dreadnought left as their ship of only use? Ooh, the Vatican type here is okay, cut your losses. We're detaching the L. And Connor, cut your losses, full speed, let's go. The Vaticans, they're pretty useless anyway, so I don't mind if I lose a Vatican, but if I had lost one of the Barai types, or if I had lost Ravioli, I'd be annoyed about light cruisers, but the Vaticans, they are design flawed massively. San Antonio and Sinai, both ships. Antonio, you're sufficiently blockading the Spyro as it's retreating. Battle cruisers over here. New important target that you must kill. I mean, you must kill. Unless, of course, you want us to lose the King of the Mediterranean herself. Oh god, I should prefer Spyro as the Queen of the Mediterranean because it's not a ship that's so powerful that it had to be called a he. Kind of like what we said about Redoubt Mediterraneo here. Oh god, San Antonio. San Antonio and San Antonio and Sino are coming around again. Spyro is taking more and more hits. I need you to come around to port hard now. I mean it. We need to set up an effective protection unit for the Spyro. Battlecruiser Spyro is going to make it. Not a if, it's a definite. It's going to make it. I don't care what happens to the other ships. Spyro's got to make it. I don't care what happens to the other ships outside of them sinking. To do so, Spyro's got to be saved. And we are making sure that happens. Even friendly fire is being done to save the adequately recently designated fleet flagship. Yes, I finally decided for roleplay reasons to get rid of Drake as the flagship. Although Drake's still around, obviously, it's no longer like flagship. That deservedly went on to Spyro. And we are not leaving Spyro behind. We're like the US Marines, we never leave a man behind. Wherever possible, we never leave a man behind. As I am not losing that ship. I'm not losing that ship. Spyro here is going to survive, and she is going to end up in a museum at the end of my career in this navy. Even if I have to purchase her my own pension. Like, no, I won't even take a pension. I'll have it that my conditions are I get the Spyro. My conditions of retirement are I have the Spyro. I wonder if any sort of like head of the Navy actually tried that. They had a ship they loved so much that instead of taking like a pension or something for their retirement, they just take the ship. No, Mediterraneo. You're still on that course. Aragon, come around. Oh no, Sino is in a bit of a bad placement. God, Sino's now just turned out like, Spyro. Exactly what I wanted. No, not really. But, my God, this is a problem. Don't worry, the Aragon is coming! Don't know how fast it'll be, but it's coming. It's coming to save. Bother, another major problem for the survival of Spyro. Spyro, turn yourself hard over. Yeah, hard over. And increase the extra knot you can actually do of your speed. Right now, I'm just destroying ships that are a threat to... a very direct threat to Spyro's survival. Which, the lands here are next on that list. It's an angle that the stern turrets can be used at. Yeah. It's good. Just use everything you have. A destroyer name on a light cruiser. My God, have they run out of naming to the naming convention? I think they realise now that even in a weakened state, we are still a formidable foe. Like, but we're just doing all this effort to save one ship. Like, think about this for 1 second. We could have easily have just left Spyro to die, got out of the battle, and saved the rest of the fleet from damage, well, Sino from damage, and a lot of the rest of the fleet. But, because I desperately didn't want to lose, and still don't want to lose Spyro, we're battling out here. Right. Good turn. This turn will be very important, as it's for you to get away. anything and everything that we can to that one ship. Okay, okay, I hope this doesn't last much longer because we cannot take an onslaught like this so much. I think we could sustain weapon-wise, but in terms of actually damage, ammo-wise we can last for right now, but actual how much damage we have on our ships, I don't think we can last that long. Sino is having massive issues herself. We've lost the battle cruiser trying to save a battle cruiser. God. Something in my gut is telling me we've now lost too much just to save one ship. We've done too much just to try and save one ship now. Like, this is just way too far. Like, this is just how far I'm going to save one mere battle cruiser that I newly dubbed the fleet flagship, the Navy flagship. Right. Aragon, come alongside the Spyro. Time to end the battle. So, end result is the Spyro has made it. San Antonio is fine. Well, as fine as it can be. Battleships are okay, and Kona is okay. Two of the destroyers have somehow survived, but we have destroyed all known battleships of the Austro-Hungarian fleet in service, destroyed a whole bunch of armoured cruisers, a whole bunch of their lights, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've destroyed 10 of their lights, and of the destroyers, very few of them remain, and the torpedo boats got off the lightest of the Austro-Hungarian ships. Sino, Elder, and 2 destroyers. We lost 4 ships for them losing quite a good chunk of their own ships. The first thing that's a certainty, the destroyers that were damaged are being sent to the scrappers. The Ancona, she's overall gonna have to be sent to the scrappers. The damages here: Antonio, Spyro, Mediterraneo, Aragon. And it seems the Americans are sending ships into the Med. Right. This is going to be fun. The Russians have discovered super heavy shells. So we've completed some refits. The refits of the Drakes, so our refits list is now emptied. We still had the repairings going on of the battleships and battle cruisers. think Mediterraneo might have to do with a refit, but all this and more in the next episode. Yeah, aka that's it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed Silent Service Going Silent.